Hello everyone and welcome to Lesson 1, Pre-Intermediate English Self-Study Course. How are you? So, the first thing we're going to be looking at is introductions. So, how do you introduce yourself? So, a short introduction is going to include your name, maybe your age, maybe your country, maybe your job, and any other information you want to include. So, this is me. I'm sorry I'm not smiling in the picture. So, my name is John. That's my first name. And my family name is Evans. I am 52 years old. And I am from England. I live in Birmingham, that is in the centre of England. It's a big city. And I am a teacher. I am an English teacher and I teach English language online to students in different countries. Okay, over to you. Can you answer these questions? What's your name? How old are you? Where are you from? And what's your job? So, if you can put all of those together, you can introduce yourself. Okay, now you can introduce yourself. Let's move on to free time activities. Here we have two questions. What are the people doing in pictures? And describe the pictures. Okay, let's put the two questions together. In the first picture, I can see a football game. There are two men. I can see a football and I can see grass. And the men, they are playing football. In the second picture, I can see a book. The picture is taken outside, not inside, and I can see a hand. And the person in the picture is reading. And in the last picture, well, I can see lots of famous places. I can see the Statue of Liberty in America. I can see the Eiffel Tower in France. And in the bottom left hand side of the picture, there is the Colosseum that's in Italy. And I can see a plane. I can't see a person in the picture, but I think the picture is about people who like travelling. What do you like doing in your free time? Well, for me, I quite like reading. I like reading books about fiction. I don't like many sports, but I do like swimming. I swim nearly every week. And I really like traveling. So, what do you like doing in your free time? Okay, let's move on to the grammar review. And for this first lesson, we're going to review a little bit for the present tenses. And we're going to start with the present simple. So, when do we use the present simple? So, we use it for things that are everyday, for routine, for things that usually happen. So, for example, I teach English every day. It's a routine. It's something I do Monday to Friday, every day, every week, every month. So, present simple with I, you, we, and they. We just have the verb. You live in America. I live in England. They live in Australia. But remember, with he and she and it, you need an S. So he lives in America. She lives in Australia. Okay. Then what about the negative? In the negative, you need don't with I, you, we, or they. So, I don't like tennis. He doesn't watch TV in the evenings. And in the question, to make a yes-no question, you need do with you, we, or they. And you need does with he, she, or it. So you have do you live in Australia? The answer is yes, or the answer is no. Does he live in Australia? The answer is yes, or the answer is no. To use a WH question, so a where, or a when, or a why, all you have to do is put the WH question before the yes-no question. So, for example, do we live in New York? Where do we live? That's a bit of a strange question with we. I should have chosen you, but you get the idea. So, I'm going to change I to you. You teach English every day. So, first of all, let's make it negative. So, with you, you need don't. So, we have you don't teach English every day. There you go. Nice and simple. That is the negative of that. What about a question? Okay. You teach English every day. We want to make it a question. So we need a do or a does. It's you. So we need do. Do you teach English every day? I'll just correct my spelling. But now I want the answer every day. So you need a WH question. So the WH question is going to be when. And then all you need to do is take the yes/no question and put it there. So when do you teach English? And I'll just correct that. There we go. So you've got positive, negative questions. So that's present simple, that's for everyday and routine. And then we move on to the present continuous. So when do you use the present continuous? You use that for now, at the time of speaking, or something that's temporary, that's happening around now. So let's put those and make those bold. And present continuous, if you know the grammar for am is are, it's easy. It's I am and then ing. I am working. He, she, it takes is. Working, ing. You, they, we are working, ing. And don't forget you need the ing in the question. ing, 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 ing. And you also need this in the negative with not. So let's do an example. He is speaking English. So at the moment he is speaking English. Let's make it negative first of all. So he is not. Just the same as the grammar for is not. And then speaking, don't forget the ing. He is not speaking English. Okay, now we'll make it into a yes/no question. Nice and simple, just like the verb to be. Swap, change the two over. Is he speaking English? And the answer is yes or no. And the next one, I want the answer English. So we need a WH question here. And we need what language. We're asking about the language. So what language is he speaking? So there you have it. You've got the positive, the negative, and the question form using the present continuous. Okay, let's start just with a few examples, putting them together, and then I will set some homework, some assignments, so you get more practice. So the first one is I from 8 AM to 3 PM every day, and you need to use the verb work. Now, every day, is that present simple or is it present continuous? It's present simple. So, what do you think? I work from 8 a.m. to 3 p.m. every day. Because it's every day, it's a present simple. Okay, he television at the moment, and the verb we've got to use is watch. So it's at the moment. So is that present simple, or is that the present continuous? What do you think? That's correct. It's present continuous. So we've got he. How do you make present continuous with he and watch? Have you got it? He is watching television at the moment. Let's make that bold because it's at the moment. Okay, we, and I want this one to be a negative, so I'm going to put not in there. Okay, so we to the cinema very often. So very often, is that present simple or present continuous? What do you think? It's present simple. So how do we make the negative present simple and go? We don't go to the cinema very often. Let's make that bold and go on to the last one. Okay, we've got two verbs here. We've got travel and walk. We've got usually, I, to work by car, but today I. So, what do you think? First one, do you think this is present simple or present continuous? It's usually, so it's present simple. Usually I travel to work by car, but today I. What do you think this one is? Present simple or present continuous? It's present continuous, so it should be I am walking. Highlight those, bold, and I will highlight the verb here, bold. Travel, because it's usually is present simple. And walking, present continuous, because we're talking about today. Okay, well done. That's the end of the first lesson. You'll be able to watch the video again if you want to. There'll also be a copy of this, which will have some extra information on. And in the classroom, you'll also find some activities to do to practice what we've been talking about.